Okay, Pac-Manians, here we are with 10.6. It's problem solving, and the strategy they want you to use is to make a table, which luckily for you, you've already got these tables. You've got one for standard units and you've got one for the metric units. And they're gonna ask you to use the same strategy I've been asking you to use, which is check out the table. So let's take a look at the problem. Aaron is making fruit punch for a family reunion. He needs to make 120 cups of punch, okay? And he wants to store the fruit punch into gallon containers, okay? How many gallon containers will Aaron need? Use the graphic organizer below to help you solve the problem. What we would do is we want to go from cups, right, to gallons. And so over here, if I go to cups to gallons, it's 1/16. And if it's a fraction, I divide by that, right? So I'm going to divide by 16. So what I would end up doing is taking 120 and dividing that by 16. Okay, will 16 go into 12? It won't, so I've got to kind of guess and check how many 16s will go into 120. If I don't know what to do, what number should I try? Always 5 is right in the middle, right? So I'm going to try that over here, 16 times 5. 5 times 6, 30, right? Carry my 3 over there. 5 times 1 is 5, plus my 3, I get 8, so I've got 80. That's way too low, right? So I want to try something bigger. What can we try next? Let's try 7. So if I do 16 times 7, 7 times 6, 42, right? Put my 2 there, put my 4 up here. 7 times 1, 7, plus my 4 is 11. That's 112. That's super close to what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and put 7, and I'm going to subtract 112. Okay, 0 minus 2 is 2, right? No, I have to borrow, right? Cross that out. 10 minus 2 is 8. So I'm going to have 7 gallons and 8 cups. All right. So this is going to be an interpret the remainder. It doesn't come out evenly, okay? So we're going to come back and talk about this at the end down here. But my answer is I'm going to have 7 gallons and 8 cups. That's my conversion, okay? So let's take a look at the way they've got it. What do I need to find? I need to find how many gallon containers. So the number of gallon containers. Okay, what information will I use? Well, what do we got? 120 cups. Okay, and there are how many cups? 16 cups in 1 gallon, right? And 1/16 of a gallon in 1 cup. See, notice our relationship here, okay? If I was gonna go from gallons to cups, I would multiply. How we use the information, I will compare the relationship between the number of cups and gallons. It's kind of redundant. All right, so there are 16 cups in a gallon, so a cup is 1/16 of a gallon, which is what we kind of just said right there. All right, and so down here, this is our function box, right? The table is just a function box. If I want to go from cups to gallons, remember if it's a fraction I divide, I'm going to divide by 16. Over here it says multiply. I'm going to multiply by 1/16. Why is that the same as dividing by 16? Let me show you. 120 over 1, right? That's expressed as a fraction, an improper one, times 1/16 equals 120 over 16. And every fraction is a division problem, so that's the same as 120 divided by 16, which is what we got up here, okay? So we already have done it. We know that we're going to have 7 gallons, right, and 8 cups. That's our answer. That's what's going to go in here. So how many containers do we need? Do we need 7 gallon containers? Will that contain all of the juice? It's not going to, right? You've got this little bit left over. What are you going to do? You just grab another gallon container, right? That's called interpreting the remainder. So we're going to need 8. And the last container, of course, is only going to have 8 cups in it. So will all the gallon containers be filled? They won't all be filled. Right? Why is that? I had a remainder of 8 cups. All All right, I had a remainder of 8 cups, so that won't be filled. All right, next one we're gonna do is a metric one, which is bouncing decimal, which is like super easy. We got this. All right, coming back.